This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com. What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com. Giving you the SmackDown recap from June 11, 2015. This was in the Cajundome in Lafayette, Louisiana. You had the usual suspects as commentators, Jerry the King Lawler, Phillips, and Saxton. Started off with, well, let's keep in mind that the Money in the Bank pay-per-view is Sunday. So with only Friday, Saturday in between this actual contest, you know that they aren't going to go full steam. It's always the case. It is what it is. Lafayette got a kind of a decent show, but not the best show. It started off with Dean Ambrose being in the ring, and then it pretty much recapped his whole New Orleans experience with having a stolen belt and going to different parts of New Orleans, and he got a good laugh out the crowd, trying to say, laissez le bon temps rouler, let the good time roll. He said, man, I can't speak French, so he kind of messed up that comment saying from New Orleans. Of course, New Orleans native, so I knew it. Say he will be the heavyweight champ after Money in the Bank, which of course made Seth Rollins come out there and tell, Ambrose that pretty much he isn't in his league, and said Ambrose should just pretty much just give him the title. So Ambrose does. He just slide him the title. And then he's like, okay, Seth, I know you for a long time. I'm going to be real with you. That ain't the real title. I just bought that. That's a replica. I bought that upstairs at the concession stand, somewhere between, Bourbon Street and just going through New Orleans and, drinking. Kind of lost track of the title, but I'm going to retrace my steps and get it. So, of course, Seth Rollins was Seth Rollins was irritated by that. And then Kane came out and told him, hey, you don't need anybody. So just make sure that you win your match tonight, just like you need to win your match in the Money in the Bank. And you're going to face Ziggler. Don't lose that. Don't lose the match at Money in the Bank because you don't need anybody. You lose that match, you definitely won't have anyone. So then you have The Miz versus Ryback. They finally let that match happen. They showed the Raw recap of what happened just a couple of days ago, where The Miz tried to attack Big Show, and the Big Show threw him out the ring, and then Ryback put him up over his shoulders and did the shell shot. Boom. And then I was surprised. I thought they was gonna let Ryback dominate The Miz, but they actually let The Miz put up a decent fight, decent action, decent back and forth action, and at times it seemed like The Miz was actually going to win a whole bunch of those times, but Ryback pretty much powered his way to a win. And that match about a 7 out of 10. After the match, the Big Show came over there and told him that he was going to beat him for the IC title because the big guy can't beat the Big Show. So then the next match was King Barrett versus Jack Swagger. You already knew that that Jack Swagger was going to lose that one, because you haven't seen Jack Swagger really in the mix for a while. But it was funny because R-Truth was on commentary, and R-Truth was doing stuff to distract King Barrett. He went put on his crown, put on his cape, kind of danced a little bit with his scepter and the crown on and the cape. And, of course, King Barrett was distracted, and Jack Swagger tried to capitalize, but, Barrett recovered, won the match, about a 7 out of 10. Then they had a recap of the growing feud between the Bella Twins and Paige, and that's over the last 2 weeks. So let's see what else. They had a Raw recap of Lana being out watching Kane versus Ziggler on Raw, and then Rusev coming out on the crutches and causing Lana to injure herself. And that went to a WWE.com exclusive footage of an interview that Michael Cole was doing with Lana, where she was asking about her relationship with Rusev and Ziggler and all that, which of course Rusev went to that interview, was begging Lana to come back, and Lana was like, nah, it's over, which made Rusev mad, and she, said Michael Cole fault because he asked all those crazy questions and stuff like that. Next match was Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, and pretty much a back and forth match. And they both men surprisingly did a whole bunch of high risk move, and did a lot of big moves. I was surprised because it's so close to the pay-per-view, but Seth Rollins was able to pull it off because he rolled Dolph Ziggler up and held those tights real tight, and Dolph wasn't able to kick out. This match there was about a 7 out of 10. Then you had a match between Alicia Fox and Paige, which actually was an okay match. You know, they actually did a lot of cool little several high risk maneuvers for them, but Paige eventually got a submission victory on Alicia Foxy. Then they had the Elimination Chamber pay per view recap of Kevin Owens versus John Cena, and Kevin Owens winning that, and then kind of like the aftermath that ensued from John Cena losing to him, and essentially what leading up to their match for the Money in the Bank. And then you had an interview with the primetime players by Renee, where they pretty much say they're ready for the New Day, but you know they keep making jokes about one of the primetime players coming out the closet last year. You know, there's really funny jokes. They keep making jokes about that, but you know, it's real cool. And they decided to have a 6-man tag match with the people that's going to be in a Money in the Bank ladder contract match, minus Dolph Ziggler, because obviously he already fought Seth Rollins. So you got Roman Reigns, Neville, and Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston, Kane, and Sheamus. That's the final 6 competitors of that match. And that was decent action. And, you know, at some point, all the competitors did, you know, some variation of a finishing move that they have on each other. And Roman Reigns actually caught Kofi Kingston jumping off the top rope and hit him with that Superman punch, which made the other members of the New Day jump in, boom, pile up on Roman Reigns and get the DQ. But then they pretty much, since everybody pretty much rolled out the ring, they grabbed the ladder, put it up in the ring, had Kofi Kingston to go up on it and, you know, almost get the contract. But Dolph Ziggler came out with a ladder of his own, rammed that into both of the other 2 members of the New Day, get in the ring, pop Kofi Kingston, clothesline them, they both tumble out the ring. Then everybody start boom, 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 fighting. Neville gets in the ring and put the ladder up and turn it towards where everybody fighting. Boom, 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 boom. He climbs up to the highest point of the ladder, and that looks like it's maybe like a 10, maybe a 12-foot ladder, and jumps and dives into the whole crowd. Everybody, boom, just smash him all down. Then he goes in the ring and he climbs in and he gets the Money in the Bank. Money in the he gets the briefcase for the Money in the Bank contract. The crowd was doing a whole bunch of "This is awesome" chants once Neville did what he did. So it was decided that he got a quick SmackDown because, like I said, the pay-per-view is only a couple of days away, so it wasn't really that much action. Last match was about an 8 out of 10 because, you know, at least they did give the crowd really what they want. Hey, I'm Playtime Cares on everything. Look me up. If you want to check me out, I'm Playtime Cares on everything. You can donate to me, comment on everything. I love the comments. I love getting that alert that y'all commenting on stuff. You know, check out some of my old stuff. Let me know if I'm wrong with stuff. Hey, y'all tell me who y'all think gonna win this pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. Hey, Playtime out.